ready to go, facing Marquise Grissom, who is 5 out of 16 in this series. Hitting .194 overall during the postseason. Struggled against Dodger pitching, and he loops one into shallow right. Long run Alicea. He won't get there, and a leadoff base hit for Grissom. So off the end of the bat, and a very good start for Atlanta. They need to jump out in front tonight. Down 3-1 with Smoltz on the mound.
Brian Jordan broke back on this ball. I'm not sure he would have caught it anyway. Alicea had no chance. Jordan breaking back one step, and by the time he recovered, it falls in front of him.
Grissom continues to stay hot against Todd Stottlemyre. He's over 500 now this season batting against Todd Stottlemyre. He may have to start thinking about pitching around Marquise Grissom.
To lead off the game, right?
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Lemke now stands in and looks at ball one up and away. Mark Lemke playing in his 29th game in his NLCS history. He has the all-time NLCS record for games played at second base. A ball and a strike.
I wonder where Mel and Gene Stottlemyre are tonight.
I know one thing.
The mom and dad of Todd.
They are in front of a television.
You got that right.
Mel Stottlemyre, pitching coach for Joe Torre, and if the Cardinals advance, they would take on the Yankees. Stottlemyre, Torre. Be interesting. A lot of sub-themes running through that game. A rematch of 1964 when Mel Stottlemyre pitched for the Yankees and won Game 2 against St. Louis.
Yeah, you had the Bennis brothers pitching for the Cardinals. Todd Stottlemyre, the son of Mel, the pitching coach for the Yankees. All sorts of twists and turns.
Joe Torre, former manager of the Cardinals.
Right.
Lemke gets under one into right, sending Jordan back at the track, at the wall, off the wall. Grissom heads to third. He will hold there. A single and a double, and the Braves come roaring out of the gate here in Game 5.
Well, in all the talk about the lack of Braves offense throughout this NLCS, the one guy who is more than carrying his load is Mark Lemke. With the home run last night, showing surprising power again, leading off the ball game tonight. His first at bat hits the ball about halfway up the fence. Braves have action.
The Braves have scored in the first inning only one time. That was in Game 3 when Grissom scored a run. But a chance for a multi-run inning right here.
So Lemke, who hit his first home run in 53 postseason games here last night, nearly gets another. It's a double at second and third. Nobody out for Chipper Jones. It'll be Jones, McGriff, and Klesko with their chances to put Atlanta on top here in the first. It's funny, you talk to Tony La Russa, he'll tell you in these situations, Todd Stottlemyre is at his best. Well, he better be to keep the Braves off the board here in the first. It's 2-0 on Jones.
Interesting that Stottlemyre is working from his stretch. Runners on at second and third. Normally, a pitcher's curveball is not as good from the stretch as it is from the windup because a power pitcher doesn't have that high leg kick.
A high strike, and it's 2-1.
You can see Todd Stottlemyre right there, Bob, with that low leg kick in the delivery home.
And he got in trouble in Game 2. Both times the Braves were able to get the leadoff hitter on and put him into the stretch. That's when they scored against him.
A chance here in the first inning for Atlanta to grab an early lead. Strike 2 on Chipper Jones.
Wicked curveball there.
That's a downer. That's not a slurve or a roundhouse American Legion curveball. That is a 12-6 downer.
Second and third, nobody out. 2-2. Full count with McGriff on deck. Grissom, a blue pit into right, then Lemke, the ringing double into right center. And the struggling Fred McGriff waits next. that is trouble. That'll score them both. Grissom and Lemke come home, and in the first inning on a single and 2 doubles, the Braves take a 2-0 lead.
It's amazing, in only his second year, the guy that the Braves want up most is Chipper Jones. He's a switch hitter. He's unaffected by right-handers or left-handers. Goes out of the strike zone here to chop down and hammer one down the left field line.
And Chipper Jones probably has fewer holes than any hitter in the Braves lineup. He can handle pitches pretty much anywhere in the strike zone, or as he showed right there, even out of the strike zone.
Now runner at second, still nobody out as McGriff takes a strike over the outside corner. 2-0 Atlanta here in the first inning. The first 3 have reached. And now McGriff, who is 1 out of 13 in this NLCS. A little flare over the head of Ozzie. In comes Chipper Jones, and it's 3-0 Atlanta here in the first. And isn't that exactly what Fred McGriff needed? A blue pit to try to get him back on track.
Could be.
Well, you know, he'd have much preferred to hit a line drive somewhere, but when you're 1 for 13, you'll take whatever you can get.
Anything, baby, anything.
I hear you.
Stottlemyre jamming him with the fastball in on the handle. Chipper Jones knew it was in there. He was off at the crack of the bat. Think of the hits the Braves have in this inning. An opposite field single by Grissom, a booming double to right center by Lemke, an opposite field double by Jones, and a blue pit by McGriff. They've done it in every way possible.
So the Cardinals stumble out of the gate here in Game 5. Now Ryan Klesko, who hit a home run in his first at bat in last night's game off Andy Benestick's in. Still nobody out. McGriff, the runner at first. Ball 1 outside. Klesko 3 hits in this series, 1 long ball. 2 in the postseason, the other coming against the Dodgers. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. He will have at least a 3-run lead when he takes the mound in the bottom of the first. That's foul. Strike 2 on Klesko. Talk about hot zone, cold zone, hit zone. Andy Bennis found the hot zone for Ryan Klesko here last night.
Yeah, last night it was a changeup over the middle of the plate, but anywhere down low or up and out over the plate, Ryan Klesko is really going to let it fly.
2-2. A couple of things have happened already in this game for Atlanta. One, and probably most importantly, they've taken the crowd out of the game early. And the crowd has definitely been a factor in the first 2 games here in St. Louis.
That's some job taking this crowd out of the game.
1 away as Klesko strikes out.
Early in the game, Stottlemyre seems to have a very good curveball tonight. This is another one of those down-breaking 12-6 curve. Doesn't really break as sharply as the pitches he threw to Chipper Jones. But Klesko with the big swing, a ball out over the plate where he likes it. Not able to come up with it.
A couple of other things that have happened here in the first inning. McGriff has a hit and an RBI. For McGriff, his first RBI of this series. And the Braves have a 3-run lead for John Smoltz, a 24-game winner during the regular season. Here's Javi Lopez. 1 on, 1 out, and a 1-1 count on Lopez, who has 5 hits in this series. Broken bat, double play ball. Gaetti boots it, and there will be no double play. Taylor made, and Gaetti juggled it, and it's only a force out, 5-4.
Looked like Gary tried to rush the throw and looked up just a wee bit, and the ball hit the heel of the glove, bounced up. He caught it before it hit the ground, and then made sure of one. That's a common mistake made by infielders on balls that aren't hit hard with a runner at first base. You try to throw it before you get it.
So Lopez aboard with 2 out. The inning continues for Jermaine Dye. There's strike 1 from Stottlemyre. Dye finally broke through here last night. Came into the game 0 for 11, had 3 hits. Strike 2.
Well, as we showed you last night, Dye has hit some balls hard in this series, but really has nothing to show for it. Although he didn't have a very good hack right there at that Todd Stottlemyre fastball.
1 on, 2 out. And the count stays 0-2 on the rookie.
Now, it's a huge thing for the Braves to come back in the first inning tonight. They blew more scoring opportunities yesterday. First and second, nobody out. The Klesko double play. Leadoff walk in the 8th inning. The fat part of the order goes down by Honeycutt and Eckersley. A leadoff double in the 9th inning. They don't score.
Dye pokes one into shallow right. That's trouble. Alicea can't get there. Lopez heads to third, and it's first and third, 2 out here in the first. So we talked about breaks early, Tim McCarver. The Cardinals getting some broken bat hits. There have been 3 breaks for Atlanta here in the first inning tonight.
3 opposite field hits. I think Jermaine Dye was watching the ball, and now by the time he takes off, Alicea diving, Jermaine electing to stay at first base with 2 outs and a runner on at third. You don't want to get thrown out at second base. You already have 1 run in scoring position.
Now Blauser, the number 8 hitter. Only 2 hits in this series. First and third, 2 out. 3 runs in for Atlanta in the first. Into right field. Jordan going to get it. Falls off. Now McGee. Neither one goes after it. 2 runs are going to score. Blauser heads to third. The throw over. He is safe, and it's 5-0 Atlanta here in the first inning. And the Cardinals have absolutely fallen flat on their face here in the first inning.
It looked like Willie McGee had the glove up, warding off Brian Jordan, but the ball was tailing back to Jordan, and neither caught it.
We've seen a lot of communication problems in the outfield, not only in this series, but throughout the postseason in all the ball games. The crowd noise really becomes a factor. McGee did put his glove up, indicating I've got this one. Jordan gave way at the last second. McGee tried to catch up to it. The ball drops.